Welcome everyone, this is Viking, and today we're going to take a look at the RB-05 radio-guided missile, SACLOS guided, and also the gun pods. We're going to put both of those in one video, because sometimes it's convenient to put them together on one jet. Now, to begin with, we're going to start with the RB-05s. Now, RB-05s can be in SEO or Ocean, or Mark, or Luft mode. Those three modes. The first one has a delayed impact fuse, so the idea is that it's for use on sea vessels. It punches through the hull and then explodes inside. The Mark is an instantaneous fuse, and it just explodes on contact. And the Luft is a proximity fuse. It's designed for attacking air targets. The last time I checked, the Luft fuse doesn't actually work. It's an impact fuse, not a proximity fuse. I'm hoping that gets fixed at some point because it's actually kind of fun to take out helicopters with these things, but that's not something I'm going to demonstrate here. I'm just going to do a ground attack with the missile in Mark mode. Instantaneous fuse. Now, there's really not much to set up for these things, although you will want to have this button bound, the RB-05 switch input with flight stick. You hold that button down and your stick stops steering the jet and it starts steering the missile, because you have to manually guide these things all the way in. Because of that, you're going to want to get a bit of altitude. You don't need to do any special HUD modes or anything like that. Nav mode is just fine. Because you're basically just watching the missile fly and steering it as it goes. I'm trying to get a visual on my targets. Okay, there they are. There they are. I'm going to cut throttle. I'm going to nose over, put my velocity vector pretty near the targets, and then fire the missile and start guiding it in. Oh, a little bit short, a little bit short. Come on. Ooh, that was long. That was long. Okay, autopilot off. We're going to come around and try again. These missiles have a big warhead, 160 kilograms, which is going to be something like 350 pounds of pure explosive. And now that I've killed one of them, though, unfortunately, everybody else is scattering. So my chance of taking out a bunch of them with one neat shot in the middle of the group, well, that's gone. On the plus side, the smoke and the fire makes it a little bit easier to see what I'm aiming at here. So once again, I'm going to point the nose, set the autopilot, and away we go. So down and come on, baby. Come on. Okay, that actually pretty much hit the one that I was aiming for. So, fantastic. That right there is the RB-05, and it damaged a bunch of them. I think it only killed the one, but it definitely did a bunch of damage. And that means it's time to switch over to the gun pods. So these work in air-to-air mode if you put them on AKAN Yacht, but air-to-ground is just attack. You can put it in attack mode, or you can just go trigger unsafe and it does attack mode. I'm actually going to use attack mode. And I'm already bleeding off too much speed, but you know, you want your... Oh look, it got another one. You want your gun runs... And yet another one, right on. You want your gun runs to be going a little bit slow anyhow, so I'm actually quite content that my jet is struggling with the low speed that it's currently got. nose down, cut throttle, and then I'm going to put it over this guy. And when the wings appear, that's when you fire. And if you do that, it's pretty accurate, although that one went a little bit long. So we'll go around and try again. Another thing is my dive was relatively shallow. I could probably afford to gain a little extra altitude, which definitely mitigates range inaccuracies. The more downward you shoot, the less it matters how far away you are. And that's basically because these gun pods have a very, very low velocity as guns go. Part of why they're not exactly ideal for air-to-air. You can use them for air-to-air, but something like a Vulcan 20mm is going to have a much higher muzzle velocity. I don't have numbers off the top of my head here, but I assure you, Vulcan rounds move a lot faster, so you have to lead them a lot less. Alright. Coming in on this guy. Get the dot on the target, trigger unsafe, wings, and it's going to go long again, isn't it? Nope, I just barely clipped it. I didn't fire quickly enough on that one. You really want to shoot as soon as the wings are visible, because if you do that with a really short controlled burst, it's actually surprisingly accurate. A lot of people have trouble hitting ground targets with this thing, but I think most of those people are, no offense intended, not using the sight correctly. When you've got the dot on your target, you go trigger unsafe. That enables radar ranging, and then the second you see those wings, just a quick little burst, and then pull off, and you'll be fine. And time to bleed off what little speed I have. Yeah, there's a compressor stall. These guys because they're tightly clustered, and if my shot goes long, it'll still hit something. Okay, trigger unsafe. Boom! I think I got both of them. Did I get both of them? Perhaps not. Part of the reason I think the gun pods go well with the RB-05 is because the RB-05 is very hard to steer, and you're quite likely to miss a few of your targets, as I did. I think another thing is I've maybe got a little bit too much nose-eye trim, so I'm gonna reduce that when I come around this time. Okay, at least I got one of them on that last run. And we're gonna aim for Mr. in the middle here. Yeah, I've got way too much nose-high trim. Come on, baby. Short. Nice aggressive climb up to 2,000 meters, which is about 8,000 feet. Pardon me, 6,000 feet. Bleed that speed off as we come around, and this time we're going to come in pretty steep. How's my trim doing this time? Alright, we're going to see if we can get both of these guys. So, radar ranging, and wings. Boom! Got both of them. How about that? Yeah. And coming in on, actually I'm going to call an audible and switch to this guy. A little bit of nose up trim, get the dot on the target, radar ranging. That should be a perfect shot, because this time, yep. This time I didn't have my trim screwed up. Definitely worth adjusting your trim when you're rolling in on these guys. I think that guy on the edge there, I think he's the last one. I could be wrong, the smoke might be obscuring another one, but I think this is the last guy. And dot on the target, radar ranging, wings. Do we see anybody else here? I think that's all of them. Alright, well we still got some ammo left, so I'm going to put this thing back in nav mode. Pop it up to about 30 clicks. We are at about 200 meters elevation. Going to take it on up to 300 so we can do a search with the radar. 300 to 350 is pretty much ideal. And we're going to create some distance so that we can turn around and come back. And we're turning. And let's see if we can find another group of trucks. Whoops, too high up. And let's see what we can see here. I think I see a little dot over here. Let's investigate, shall we? Because basically I have these trucks, as soon as you kill them all, they'll respawn somewhere else in the area. I use it to practice finding targets with the radar. And it looks like it's working, so I'm going to do a little bit of trim adjustment here. Time to roll in. And radar ranging. Wings. That was actually a little bit short, but it got one guy. Alright, some of these guys are bunched up, so I'm going to see if I can just kind of hose down that area. And radar ranging. I think that got 3 of them. Maybe just 2. That's one of them popped. And that's the other one. So we got at least 2. Yeah, no, my alpha's too high. I hear you. I hear you. Got a couple lined up in a row here. Oh no, 3 of them. Radar ranging. And that second shot's probably going to go long. Yep. If you shoot after the wings go away, it's definitely going long. So when they say that the Viggen is not a great loiter and cast jet, that is true. It's not great, but especially against soft targets, it's more than capable of it. I wouldn't particularly want to do this against you know, Estrella or God forbid a Tunguska, but I mean, if you just need to take out a truck convoy or something, Viggen's your guy. Viggen can do that. I'm actually going to put my dot in between these 2 trucks and see if I can get them both, because the gun pods are widely spaced. So, radar ranging. Wings. Yep, that's both of them. I do kind of wish these gun pods had an ammo counter. They don't. So I have no idea which burst will be my last. Which is why I'm trying to be precise and just do really short controlled bursts. There's a guy in the middle here that I want to get. Radar ranging. And then maybe... no, I wasn't going to be able to get that guy. It's hard to hit multiple targets in the same pass, because it just tells you when your range is correct to fire. It doesn't give you a continuously computed impact point. It just continuously computes when the impact point will be on the dot that you've already got. Dot on the guy. Radar ranging. Wings. Good night. And that is a shrub. I actually thought that was an extra truck, so good thing I did a bit of recon there. And I think there's only one left. Yeah, I know. This is a truck though, right? I was a little bit late on the trigger there. But it was good enough. And there's one guy left. One last guy left. And he'll be most visible if I come around from the southeast here, I think it is. Basically just from the east. Radar ranging. Oh, I think I messed that up. No, we clipped him. We clipped him. That is the end of that group, I believe. Alright, well, having taken out 24 targets, I think I've kind of illustrated how the gun works here. So I'm just going to see how much ammo we have left. Not a lot, but a fair bit. You know, I feel like I could have taken out another 4 to 6 targets with that. So, yep, that about wraps that up. We're done here. We're going to go home. It's probably worth mentioning you cannot jettison the gun pods, right? You can't, right? Huh, I stand corrected. It's probably worth noting that you can, in fact, jettison the gun pods. I'm sure it's frowned upon. But you know, they're in the ocean now. It's not as if the enemy's going to recover them or anything. And if you need to get the hell out of Dodge, you know, it's good that you don't have to carry your gun pods, because they create a lot of drag. And now that I don't have to deal with them, I can just go stage 3 afterburner here and hit a high Mach. Matter of fact, can get rid of my sidewinders as well. And really make some time here. It's nothing like doing Mach 1.3 down at sea level. I mean, the Viggen is not the king of speed at all altitudes, but at low level altitude, nothing can catch it. Speed is its armor, as they say. Mach 1.36, 1.37. This is at just 500 meters. Can we hit 1.38? Nice. Well, this was a good one, and I think it merits ending on a sonic boom. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for watching. Enjoy.